China hit back at the US State Department on Monday after it removed wording from its website that said it does not support Taiwan independence. Washington says the change was part of a routine update. China, which claims the democratically governed island of Taiwan as its own, urged the US to, quote, correct its mistakes. The fact sheet on Taiwan, updated last week, retains Washington's opposition to unilateral change from either Taiwan or from China. But, as well as dropping the phrase, "we do not support Taiwan independence," the page added a reference to Taiwan's cooperation with the Pentagon Technology and Semiconductor Project. It also said the US will support Taiwan's membership in international organisations, quote, where applicable. Beijing regularly denounces any international recognition of Taiwan or contact between Taiwanese and foreign officials. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun.
The revision of the fact sheet on US-Taiwan relations by the US State Department, which seriously regressed its position on Taiwan-related issues, seriously violated the One China principle and the 3 Sino-US joint communiques, seriously violated international law and basic norms of international relations, and sent a seriously wrong signal to the Taiwan independent separatist forces. This is another example of the US side's stubborn adherence to the wrong policy of using Taiwan to contain China.
The website update came roughly 3 weeks after US President Donald Trump was sworn into his second term in the White House, and one analyst said this reflects a shift in the Trump-era priorities. The US, like most countries, has no formal diplomatic ties with Taiwan, but is its strongest international backer. Taiwan's government rejects Beijing's sovereignty claims, saying that only the island's people can decide their future.
美国国务院修改美台关系事实清单，在涉台问题上立场严重倒退，严重违反一个中国原则和中美3个联合公报，严重违反国际法和国际关系基本准则，向台独分裂势力发出严重错误信号。这是美方顽固坚持以台制华错误政策的又一例证。下面提问。我们敦促美方立即纠正错误，切实恪守一个中国原则和中美3个联合公报，慎之又慎，处理台湾问题，停止以台制华，停止升级美台实质关系，停止驻台拓展国际空间，停止纵容支持台独，避免对中美关系和台海和平稳定造成进一步严重损害。
那我个人觉得说这个是非常好的，因为现在台湾的处境、国际地位被中国打压得非常的低。那我觉得说，如果以美国当头的话，那其他国家或许可能也会去做那个跟进。
我觉得词面的争执没有什么意义，对，主要还是大家还是会希望金融或者是对于国际化的事情，市场会更关切。
我是觉得，以我们台湾立场，就是要两边，你两边都稍微安抚一下，或者稍微接触一下，总是对台湾是一个好处。你不能说一个箭头、一个枪永远指着对方嘛，这对台湾来讲是不 OK 的。我的想法就是 balance。
what's written on the website has been said by members of both parties. There's nothing new there. No statements that are new. It's new for the State Department to say that. So you have to ask yourself the question: why is the State Department saying that? And I think it speaks to a little bit of a difference of the function of the State Department under a Trump administration. Historically, the State Department has been used to facilitate diplomacy, and under a Trump administration, like many other agencies, there to facilitate a deal. And so it's really about deal making and positioning for a deal. I think if you read the entire, kind of the long form version of what they say on Taiwan, there still is a fundamental commitment to the one China policy. We do not support any change in the status quo, blah, blah, blah. So by itself, not having that statement, I don't think changes that point of view. But again, it throws the other side off, right? It puts them on the back foot, or they're not quite sure which foot to stand on. And that, in President Trump's point of view, is a good thing. That's a good environment to go and try to make a deal of some kind, or at least have an advantage in any kind of communications with the other side. The U.S. has been the first responder. They've been the one to do something, and China has always reacted. China has fewer options in how it reacts to things, and how it responds. In diplomacy or in anything, we talk about a proportional response. Is it at the same level? Is it the same impact and things like that? And again, because of China's connection with the U.S., connection with the economies of the NATO bloc, they can't necessarily be exactly proportional in that sense. So their response to a widespread tariff could be limitations on certain things, targeted tariffs, things like that. I think they're going to be very careful. Under the first Trump administration, that was the first time that the U.S. and China traded this tough talk. You really hadn't seen that before. And any tough talk was kind of couched in political words and things like that, and came from the U.S. side. You didn't see the China side kind of coming back, and that whole Zhanlang, wolf warrior kind of mentality and rhetoric that started coming up from the China side at that time. That was brand new. So again, we're kind of working without a script and without a net here to try to understand where this is going. But just because there's tough talk doesn't mean that there's not going to be face-to-face. I think the likelihood is still there that they will meet face-to-face. Trump trusts himself face-to-face.